Right, in this video, we're going to show you how you can use Orchestra to build pipelines which are Git controlled. And I'm super excited about this because, now you could basically write code, get the power of Orchestra, and also get the power of UI. So it's just making everything go even faster. So the first thing to do is to set up your Git credentials. Now, these is hopefully set up. I'll put a link in the comments to how you do that, but we're going to assume you've got that already. It's pretty simple. You just kind of click through it. The next thing to do is to build a pipeline. So in this case, I'm going to create the pipeline in GitHub. Let's give it a name. So I'm going to call it, let's call it Fivetran ELT. And then we're going to link it to the repo. So we're going to set up this Orchestra Blueprints repo that has basically got everything you need to sort of build a data stack. So let's put that in here. Cool. And then the next thing to do is specify where we want this YAML file to live. So I'm going to put it in Orchestra. Then I'm going to call it Fivetran ELT.yaml. The default branch is the branch that's essentially running in prod. So for us, that'll be main. And I want to do my work in a dev branch. So I'm going to call that dev Hugo. Cool. So we've created this now. And I'm just going to build something super simple. So I've got a Fivetran task over here. Let's go and have a look at that. Let's go and get this ID. Let's go ahead and throw that in. So we'll call this Google Sheets ingestion. So pretty simple. And then we can add in something else. So let's add in our dbt core. Not sure why it doesn't like that. So let's just specify this at the top. So we're going to do dbt build. And then we'll select our BigQuery connection, which is not happy apparently, but that's okay. Cool. So you've got a super simple data pipeline. What happens when we press save? So notice there's not a published version up here because we can't publish a pipeline because we've backed it by Git. We've created a new branch, this dev Hugo branch. So now we'll see that the branch dev Hugo had a push 4 seconds ago. So we can PR this if we want. And you'll see we've added all of this data, which is nice. But then, what about if we wanted to add a bunch of other things here? Well, what we can do is we can hop to VS Code, and I'll show you how you do that in a second. Okay, so I'm now in Git, and I've got my Orchestra Blueprints repo in here. It's not got anything in it, and I'm going to go ahead and run git checkout dev Hugo. Cool. So now I've got this Fivetran ELT YAML in the code editor. Now it's pretty cool because we can now see the structure of what Orchestra's doing. So we've got a pipeline, and then within that we've got a task group, and then within that we've got these tasks. So if you wanted to add some other tasks, all you would do is repeat this code. And maybe this is our Salesforce task, and then this will be our Google Sheet. So we'll give it a name, which has to be unique. We'll change the ID. And then maybe the next source we want to sync is HubSpot. So I'm going to go ahead and call this one HubSpot Fivetran. Put in the ID. And then this final one here, you can put in as, whatever the final source is, Oracle. And we should probably change the names as well. That one's okay. This will be Salesforce, let's say. Cool. So now we can save this file. And I'm going to go ahead and commit this to the branch. And if we go ahead and check this, we get this little refresh icon. We can see we've got a load of other stuff here. Now, the cool thing about Orchestra is that this is synced to Git. So if we go to Dev Hugo, we'll see we've now got all this in here as well. Now, admittedly, adding the sort of 5-trend task yourself is pretty quick, right? It's like if you've got the IDs handy, it's quite quick. So you can literally just go, import Salesforce, and then the pasted ID, right? Something stupid. So it's still very quick in the UI, but the point is, if you did want to do stuff programmatically, you can, and it's all tied to Git. So yeah, after you've done this, we can PR it. I've got to have a review. I'm just going to override that for the purpose of this demo. And now this extra pipeline is in main. So if you go to VS Code and you say git checkout main, git pull, you'll see we've got this file with everything in it. And then in Orchestra, if you switch back to main, main's updated and we've got everything in it here as well. So yeah, that's sort of how our Git integration is working. Obviously, the next question is how can you support environments? Like that is coming. It's going to be there, and yeah, that's how now you can leverage Orchestra with Git. So let us know what you think in the comments. If you want to find out more, I'll drop some links in the comments. And yeah, happy building.